Across Ghana's 16 regions on the Joy News channel, around the world on myjoyonline.com, on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125, on X Spaces, on Facebook and on YouTube. This is the AM show. The AM news in particular on the AM show, and the details now. In our very first story, Ghana has recorded 2 more cases of Mpox. A statement from the Ghana Health Service reads, and that statement will be on your screens in a bit, telling us the latest update on the Mpox. And it says that the National Public Health and Reference Laboratory has confirmed 2 additional cases of Mpox, 1 in the Greater Accra region and 1 in the Western region, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 4 as of today, 18th May 2025. It goes on to say preliminary assessments indicate that these 2 newly confirmed cases have no epidemiological link to the earlier reported cases. The government of Ghana remains committed to safeguarding public health. And it finally says, drawing on our experience in managing similar outbreaks, we will continue to implement appropriate measures to protect the health and well-being of all residents. And that's the latest updates coming from the Ghana Health Service on the Mpox disease. Now, in other stories, they dug it out to prevent floods, but now it is back. Heaps of silt dumped along the Odo drain are being washed right back in as rains return and Accra braces for yet another disaster. Stephen Mensah reports on how a costly cleanup may be slipping literally down the drain.
Despite several cities spent to desilt the Odo drain, heaps of silt removed from the waterway now sit abandoned, stacked along its banks, soaking under the rains. Dredge Masters, the company contracted to clean the drains, promised to return and cut the silt away once it dried. That promise was made nearly 3 weeks ago.
Because we don't want the water and the mud to spill on the road, we leave it there for it to dry. Water to come, then after that we'll cut it from there to a designated dumping site that we are putting in.
But nature had other plans. The rains came and the silt remained, soaked, soft and slowly slipping back into the same drains it was pulled from. For those who live here, this is more than just poor drainage. It is survival on land no one else wanted.
We can't dump refuse here while we are still here. We were the one guiding them not to put refuse here, but we have been stuck. So when they are going and they put the refuse, we won't see it.
They should know we are in a raining season. And raining season, if you want to remove the sand from the gutter, waiting for it to dry up before you carry it away, you are just wasting your time and energy. Because when will the sun shine for the sun to dry before you carry it away?
Look at the work we are doing. Can this work cause Ebola?
As the flood season deepens, so do the risk. What is meant to be a solution is now becoming a hazard right at the doorstep of vulnerable communities. Stephen Mensah's report, read to you.
With climate change and food insecurity becoming growing concerns, the Member of Parliament for Kwesimintim is taking a practical step that speaks directly to the future. His new initiative, called Fruit Tree for Life, is targeting schools in the constituency, encouraging students not just to plant trees, but to nurture fruit-bearing ones that can serve their communities for the years to come. There's more in this report.
The Kwesimintim constituency, where schools are embracing a new way to protect the environment and feed the future. The Fruit Tree for Life project, spearheaded by the Office of the Member of Parliament, lawyer Fifi Bachman, is not just about planting trees, it's about cultivating a culture of care, responsibility, and sustainability.
From our childhood days, we were informed and verily believe seem to be true that when the last tree dies, the last man dies. So it is incumbent upon all of us to make sure that we protect our environment, which invariably means we are protecting our lives. We have had various tree planting years, but we still are short of trees. Why don't we do it differently? by making our children, especially the young ones, come out with a project where instead of just planting trees, we shall make it trees that will be beneficial to them. And the trees that will be beneficial will be fruits.
This initiative is a direct response to the effects of climate change. It's not about grand speeches, it's about action, planting trees that bear fruit, empowering children to protect what's theirs, and bringing back the days when mangoes, guavas, and pears could be plucked from trees along the roadside.
Our world is drying up. Our water resources are drying up. Our sources of food are drying up. Our very future is drying up before our own eyes due to climate change. Do not let our future dry up before our very eyes. Why? Because the solution to climate change has been found. It's been established. And it resides not in rocket science or astrophysics, no, but it resides in simple, yes, very simple nature-based solutions.
These trees represent more than just greenery. They are a legacy of life, a promise that the future will not only be green, but fruitful. For Joy News in Athalia, Kwanza, Western Region.
Well, that's from the Western region, but let's move on. And fishermen in Elmina have bemoaned the president's first 120 days in office, saying none of his policies or activities so far have been in their interest. Speaking to Joy News, the fishermen complained about the persistent lack of premix fuel for their fishing activities, despite the installation of a premix fuel automation system in the town by past government. They indicated that complaints to the fisheries minister have yielded no results and are pleading with the government to come to their aid now.
In today's president, where do we go there? In our fund, oil and our rocker. Sensing there, every Mitchell ha automation near Usi. Oil former administration, one there, premix no. A man for Calabulin or the whole falafel. Nti we see automation no mobile kalabula no do butcher me yo ka sese abeka ya oya manoma obegina higher press conference there say we see automation why one for premise here na one from baha here is a case abani be one for premise coupon baha da premise ba automation is what all say you no what they call different place we bugu drums water ma for kalabule na moy yo in there sisi am no ka say premise all be Elmina no adavet ko different place. 14th of March, premise be Elmina on Friday. Premise in the bay no. We can see police station. I just Saturday na premise we call Bubiano. Madam no kase mucho phone mo fra fisheries minister Mame Emiliata. Me catch na some there wan kan tuntum ye wo hwe. The minister where kata ishele pro wo ministry. No, obi ya hweso bro no obi sa ona kada ntumi nya hwe a da minister ntumi mbo afalofo na mpada minister so mbisa de me so man panya da minister de manoma no position wo premise me on abadi all my afalofo won won ton premise no no because sisi amorokod no oyetan afafo premise no ba ondu won Elmina last 2 weeks Elmina petrol was all about Elmina petrol number what ko imuna no wo ko twen odugu drums wo ton ma afafo kalabule nti e so man panya de no 120 days no enya afafo de yin won hwe how on the yellow foam? To master there, say about all boy for them on any social contract now. Oh, make sure there, minister, and no man, on question 1 million because more could premise no iron. You woman position was premising them, and so I thought for your 1 time. Make a chatua. Oh, yeah, 120 days. Minister, say in the year war premise, Mrs. Yala. Only 1 year on Wabano. One wabana we fail Ghana for we fail partner so oya man pay mama o dey nimu no nti obaya nke no me also minister no because secretary shall poil kodo premise no obi so na ka there e won kan ntumi nka wo hwe a na da minister ye ne yadwuma onyi.
Now, Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Community Water and Sanitation Agency, Ishaku Nuhu Putiaha, has assured the people of Tumu in the Sisala East municipality of the Upper West region of plans by the agency to soon fix the water challenges in the area. Residents of Tumu have for some time now grappled with lack of potable water, especially from their pumps. Rafiq Salam reports from Tumu.
Tumu, one of the fastest growing towns in the Upper West region. This sprawling, beautiful town located in the eastern corridor of the region and a gateway to neighboring Burkina Faso is overwhelmed by its increasing population. Social services have been stretched to its elastic limits, threatening its security. One of those services is the water supply system. Water supply to the town over the years has been erratic despite efforts by the government through the Ghana Water Company Limited and the Community Water and Sanitation Agency to fix it has not yielded the desired results. The erratic power supply by the VRA Netco is an affront to the speedy and smooth operations of the supply of water by the water companies. As a result of that, water is being rationed here. A resident of Tumu, Issa Canton, explained further.
For instance, yesterday, Nyaminjan Lowo was supposed to have water on Tuesday. The water didn't flow. Thursday too, they were supposed to have water, but unfortunately, it didn't. Only for it to flow just yesterday for some few seconds, minutes, and it went off because of power fluctuations. And of late, these days, we have a lot of power fluctuations. Any little storm, or even we don't even know whether it's the storm or whatever, the lights goes off. And we've been told that once lights goes off, they have to reschedule or repump the water into the various pumps to be able to distribute to the various sections for them to have water.
Also feeling the pinch of the scarcity of water in the township is Haji Lubaba to Isa. Though she has drilled a mechanized borehole for domestic purpose, but has not been forced to turn it into a commercial venture.
The water is not flowing regularly. At times, even because of the borehole, we are not getting water. Unless 2 weeks, 3 weeks time that they will open the pipe. Even when they open it, it will not be flowing like how it will flow, that everybody will get water. So at times it's difficult for us to get water, even because of this borehole that is helping us small.
The unstable or unreliable water supply in the township has resulted in yellow gallons, popularly known as Kufuor gallons, and other undescriptive water containers, snakes, daily in front of private mechanized boreholes. Assembly member for Namibian electoral area, Bangiluri Abu, owns this washing bay. The erratic water supply in the area has forced him to devise other means of being in business.
We normally buy the water from those who dug their own boreholes and others. And normally a day we will buy about twice in a day to be able to wash the machines.
So how much do you buy?
At least a tractor is about 150 Ghana cedis. A full tank. A full tank is 150 Ghana cedis. Definitely, the profit margin there, we can't talk of that one. But we also need to serve our people too.
In other news, the Metropolitan Chief Executive of Cape Coast, George Justice Arthur, has shared plans for a potential decongestion exercise in the Kotokoraba market in Cape Coast to ease the population burden in the market and combat accessibility challenges. The announcement follows a Joy News report on accessibility issues in the Kotokoraba market, where during a simulation exercise earlier this month, the Central Regional Fire Command complained about the market's poor infrastructure, hindering their activities in cases of fire outbreaks. In an engagement with Kotokoraba market traders, the MCE observed that even areas where firefighting equipment are stationed in the market have become trading grounds, and believes a decongestion exercise and punitive measures are the best steps to address the accessibility challenges, as well as fight against risk of potential vehicular accidents. Abigail Isal Nkrumah has more.
Accessibility issues have been largely blamed by the Ghana National Fire Service as one of the causes of widespread fires in Ghanaian markets. During an engagement with traders at the Kotokwaba market, the Metropolitan Chief Executive of Cape Coast, George Justice Arthur, complained about business settlements around fire equipment stations in the markets and warned of punishment for the people found culpable of this act.
Now, when you come to Kotokwaba market, it has been an issue. The place is highly congested and people are sitting on the street, which means they are not allowing car to be actually motorable or to allow the pedestrian even to move. They are sitting on the street selling. So if I want to apply robust decision or robust step, I don't think that would inure to the benefit, collective interest of all of us. We need to first engage them, solicit their ideas as to what we can do together. Then they will come out with the plans and come up with a suggestion, so that at the end of the day, if they go against the very rule that they have set, it means the law will catch up with them.
To address the risk of vehicular accidents and fire outbreaks, the MCE believes a decongestion exercise will solve the market's overpopulation challenge.
We have a place for our fire officers within the market, but where the fire tenders are, people have erected containers on the fire tender and a fire hydrant. Then where there should be a way, if there was any outbreak, the fire service would have access to get into the market. They have actually blocked the place. They have barricaded the place. So I came with the fire service to educate them and to let them know that where they are sitting wouldn't be of help in case there's fire outbreak. So the assurance is that they are going to give the fire service a way in order for them to work harmoniously with them. If they go against the set rule, they go contrary to the set rules of which we all actually agreed, then there will be punishment. I think the police will come in, the fire service will come in, the city guard will come in, and there is a court towards that. When you are apprehended and you are sent to that place, nobody will come and beg for you.
From the Kotokwaba markets in Cape Coast, Abigail Lisel reports for Joy News.
Business Update is next with Benjamin Akapo.
A warm welcome to our Business Update on the AM show. In our first story, Deputy Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Richard Jan Mensah, has announced the government plans to roll out sustainable energy infrastructure, including the establishment of electric vehicle charging stations across the country. According to him, the initiative will be implemented in collaboration with oil marketing companies as part of efforts to promote the adoption of electric vehicles and support Ghana's transition to cleaner energy. He made these remarks at the CEO's Time with the Ambassador and the Minister event organized by the Ghanaian German Economic Association here in Accra.
There is so much opportunity in the export business over here. Myself and my directors are developing the Youth in Export program. And what we seek to do with that basically is to visit some communities with that and meet with the community leaders, the elders, just for them to allocate some land to the youth of the community. And we at GEPA are going to provide them free pineapple suckers, because I am actually in the process of procuring over 2 million suckers. And we are going to distribute that free of charge. Now, officers from GEPA and FAGE together, that is the Pineapple Growers Association, will visit these farms and build their capacity as to how to go through the cultivation and certification, so that when it is harvest time, you have the exporters buying it from them directly and exporting. All the proceeds will come back to the children. None, not even a cedi, will come back to GEPA. So that is what we are seeking to do. And we believe that going forward, we intend to assist the government. Our main mandate, to assist the government in the execution of the accelerated export development program.
Now, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority is hoping to increase non-traditional exports through its Youth in Export program. The authority is providing the youth with inputs to produce pineapples solely for export. According to the chief executive of GEPA, Francis Kojo Arthur, this is due to an increase in demand for the pineapples in the United States and European markets. He spoke to Joy Business.
We know when price of fuel goes up, it does impact on price of goods and services negatively. And so if the price is seeing a drop, then of course it must impact on the price or cost of goods and services positively. And so to ask about price reduction for transport or transportation, that is in the right direction. I will even go from the perspective of a Ghanaian, that if we are seeing a windfall on this side, then of course it must translate in same on the side of transportation.
Well, that's it for our business updates this morning. But we've done a bit of a switcheroo. Henceforth, you'll be seeing sports coming right after the news review. And today being the start of the week, we're capping it off with the business update. Sports will be coming your way in a bit. Do stay.